Hey, how you doing there, my dear friends? This is Dan coming at you from beautiful, beautiful Oak Lawn, Illinois. I was reminded a couple of times, actually, over the past week or so, reminded that sometimes people live or work in environments in which it can be maybe a little bit embarrassing or maybe even a little bit intimidating in some way to admit that you're a Christian, to admit that you're like an authentic, sincere follower of Jesus. I was talking with someone recently, and he described the environment in which he spends a good bit of his life as being macho and tough, and there's just sort of an unwritten understanding, an unwritten code that you need to be independent and self-sufficient, and you don't need anybody. And it's interesting for me as a pastor because I've been doing this for a long time now, and I've had strong, macho, no kidding, independent, tough guys sit in my office, right in this office, right here. I've had them sit here and bawl like babies. I'm not kidding. Bawl because they were facing something in which their toughness, they were tough, they were, but their toughness was virtually meaningless in this particular area. Yeah. Yeah, see, toughness doesn't cover every aspect of life. Yeah. If you don't know that yet, just let that clock continue to tick, and you will. You will. But anyhow, back to being a follower of Jesus. There are some environments in which that's considered a weakness. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. There was a time, I was a young guy, and I just didn't know. I honestly was just uninformed, and I wondered, this was a time in my life, I wondered if it might be possible that following Jesus was an indication of intellectual weakness. Again, I was uninformed and I did not know. And so it's been helpful to me. I mean, it really has. To come to know, I've read a lot about this. I've investigated this a lot. And I've come to know that some of the toughest people who've ever lived have come to a place in life in which they admitted that they need Jesus. Yeah, like world-class athletes, tough guy football players, power lifters, professional fighters, special ops soldiers, and other like first responder types. They need Jesus. Yeah, they've come to see that. It's also been very, very helpful for me to come to know that some of the smartest people who have ever lived have come to a place in life in which they admitted that they need Jesus. Really. Like scientists and philosophers and world-class mathematicians, brilliant writers and thinkers. They came to a point at which they came to see that they needed Jesus. I know this is one of those things that's very, very easy for me to say while I'm standing here in a place like this, but I'm going to say it anyhow because it's true. It's still true. Don't be embarrassed about Jesus. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm so serious about this. The people who try to act like there's something laughable or embarrassing about following Jesus, actually they reveal that the truth is they don't know. They're uninformed. They don't know. Never be embarrassed about Jesus.